Hello everyone, this is Setthi. Welcome to our first podcast. And today's podcast is for my project in Toastmasters as well. We used to do a podcast. And in this project, we also have to invite our special speaker from different clubs as well in Toastmaster community and other Toastmaster members from other places as well. And other than that, we also invite other specialist people who have experience to share with us in the podcast. And today we also have one of our special guests from PUC Toastmasters, who is TM Pina, who will be focusing on the public speaking and the importance of public speaking as well. So now let's get started with our Toastmaster Pina. So Toastmaster Pina, can you help introduce yourself a little bit to our audience here?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Setthi, for inviting me to be the guest as his first podcast on Pathway program. And hi everyone, this is Pina and I am the Vice President Education in PUC Toastmasters Club. And I have been with Toastmasters for almost 3 years, and I feel like so excited because it's my first time here that I'm filming the podcast with Toastmasters Club. So.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Pina, for accepting to be our guest for today's podcast as well. So I think because you have a lot of experience in Toastmasters, so you also one of the public speaker as well. So can you tell us what are the benefits of being a public speaker?
With many things, but for me, as my opinion, I think that it can advance your skill or advance your career during you are working or employed in any company. Why? Because when you want to communicate with your team, you need to have a good public speech that you want to connect with others. You need to have a strong message. You need to convince them. You have to be able to deliver the words that from you yourself, that what kind of thing that you want to share to your team member. And this is works in public speaking inside that people who is employee. And also the other thing is about gaining confidence. Why Toastmaster or why public speaking is helping you to gain confidence? When you're talking with other people, and then you feel like I have experience with public speaking, so I'm not going to afraid that talking with you, even though you are a CEO or even though you are the high management, I feel like I'm gain more confidence to speak and bring out what is the insightful that I want to share to you. And third thing is about your communication skills. As I am the salesperson in my company, so I need to meet a lot of people. Like I have appointments, 2 to 3 appointments per day. So I need to tell them who I am or who am I from, about the information of my company in order to influence them to get the deal. And this is the one thing that public speaking influence in communication. Whenever I go out, I always discussing with them from the flow, I mean from the start until the end. So what is the thing that I want to tell to my customer about my service or product? So this is the kind of relevant thing between public speaking and communication.
Okay, thank you very much for your beautiful share. Actually, as what you have heard from our speaker already, because public speaking has been play a significant role in our daily life. Because each and every time we go out, we have to talk to people. As what our speaker has mentioned, is that to be a better communicator and a confident speaker. And other than that, it helps level up your career path as well. So that is what our speaker have mentioned. I do really interested in it because I am a part of it as well and help benefit a lot from it. And so now let's jump into our second question. So the second question is also one of the most common questions that each and every one of us, including me, also want to hear more from you as well, since you have been in this field for several years already. So can you tell us how to become a better public speaker?
Thank you for a very interesting question. how to be a better public speaker is kind of starting with the solution. And how can I be a better public speaker? In this question, I would prefer that first of all, you need to introduce yourself to the audience in order to confront yourself, to make you feel the stage and to make the audience knows about you. Where are you from and who you are and what kind of thing that you want to share. And secondly, it's about be yourself. Whatever. I have seen many people, especially the public speaker, they try to make themselves the same like a popular public speaker. So that I think it's not helpful for them, because when you try to be the other person, it's not we find that who you are. It's not about from your own gesture or your own movement that you will feel a little bit weird when you stay on the stage. You will lose that control, because when you try to imitate the other people, the other public speaker, it won't make you improve. But for my suggestion, if you are the public speaker, be yourself. What is the unique things of yourself? What kinds of the story or what is your style of public speaking? If you are not kind of like, if you are standing in front of other people and you feel like, oh, I'm weak when I'm moving. So why do you need to move? Just stay still and moving from like using your hands instead of moving, so that it will help you to be better yourself and you will be more confident with public speaking. And another thing is insert your humorous words. In public speaking, everyone wants to know about the story, about your challenging, about your solution, about your message. But don't forget to engage the audience with your humorous words. It's kind of like you can insert something that can make the audience laugh. For example, the small thing that can tease the audience. Oh yes, that's really interesting. Oh, you make everyone laugh, so that you will know that, oh, now I can feel the audience and I can feel the stage, and I also can control myself during my speech. And finally, it's about your message. A better public speaker needs to have a strong message, because if you don't know your message, you will be interrupted and you will feel, oh, I'm losing my time again. And I don't know what I'm going to tell the audience, and especially people are listening to your speech will, just skip it. I don't want to hear that. It doesn't make sense for me. So this is the kinds of important things that about a public speaker they need to build themselves from that four things.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I have catch some of the positive part where I can improve myself in the future as well. Because as a public speaker, what you have mentioned so far is that you really understand who you are and just be you, not to copy others, and just be yourself, and also to really understand the message and try to use different hand gestures and movement to show that you are confident. Yeah, and for us as the audience, we also can learn from our speaker as well, and I do really interested in all of this part as well. And also, I have one last question. So my last question is about, can we have your key takeaways for us in order to improve our capacity in public speaking?
Okay, so in order to gain the capacity in public speaking, I could say that you have to take action in public speaking. If you want to deliver your words in order to heal, in order to inspire the audience, you need to have a well prepared for your script. What is the topic that you are going to deliver, and who is your audience? Don't forget that, because when you deliver your speech, you need to know what kind of topic that fit to our audiences. whenever your audience are students and you're talking about my special career or something that relates with how to say in the business, like how can we manage the financial in business. So this is kind of the thing that you need to avoid, because students, they want to know about how to inspire them in their next level. As for example, if they are the high school student, they might want to know what I'm going to study at university and what are the things or steps that I need to do for my scholarship. If I am a student, I want to know more about these things, or to enhance about my shaping my future with my career. Like if I want to become an architecture, if I want to become a designer, so what should or where should I go to get that information in order to improve about my ability? Because students, they are young and they are just like kids, they learn how to walk, right? When we try to tell them that, oh, kids can run, but they just like 1 year old or 1.5 or 2 year old, they cannot run. They just can get up and then they can walk step by step. So this is kind of important thing, that if you know the topic that fits to your audience will feel inspired, they feel engaged. And another thing is about to forming your speech, that this is also important. Like you need to practice a lot, because public speaker cannot just practice only one time and then, oh, I know anything about my speech, about the key. Because you know, when you are appearing in front of others, you will forget something inside that speech. If you just like rehearse only one time, you need to do it 3 or 4 times. You need to do with people, rehearsing from others, and also receiving the feedback from them. And lastly, that I would prefer is about always kind of like well prepared. So after you know your audience, you have your own topics, and also you know the audience, like what that can fit. Finally, it's about prepare, dress well. It's also one of the important key to gain confidence, or to like get the capacity of public speaking. Dress well in that event, even though like sometimes you need to stand in front of the CEO, so what should you dress? Like you want to dress like a 60 or short skirt is not fit to that event. So you need to have a well prepared like jacket, a skirt that are under your knee, or like makeup on your face, and also your hair fixing. So everything will be formed very well. So all in all, just only 3 things: know your topic and audience, and also structure your speech with rehearse, and finally, well prepared with the dress.
Okay, so thank you very much for very interesting, because as a public speaker, you're not just only there to give the speech, but at the same time you also have to dress well and prepare for everything in advance. And some of the professional speakers, they also practice many times before they get on stage. So that is a very good part as well. And other than that, also maybe focus on the experience they have as well. That's what we can share with all of us right here. And thank you very much for joining us for today's podcast. And also to our audience as well, thank you for your time. And for our future podcast, for your information, if you are looking forward to listening to our honorable speaker for future podcast, you can just follow us on Facebook page, MrSetthi, and also in our YouTube, where you can find all the resources and also the videos that we are going to do podcast as well. And thank you very much, Mr. Pina, and I'm looking forward to having you next time in our video as well. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.